Ukraine Omega Special Forces destroys dozens of Russian infantry tanks using kamikaze drones. Footage shows the exact moment a Ukrainian kamikaze drone smashed into a Russian armored vehicle as soldiers desperately attempted to shoot it down. The latest footage of the ongoing attacks on Russia shows the drone quickly advancing on a Russian tank as it drives along a single-track road in the vast countryside. Two soldiers can be seen on the vehicle in the open hatch as the drone approaches, as one of them effortlessly attempts to shoot it down with his gun. As the moment of impact occurs, another moment of the Russian crew is seen with his feet in the air. Once the footage cuts out, it is then unknown what happens to those inside. The use of kamikaze drones have proven to be an effective weapon for the Ukrainian troops against Russian armored vehicles. Many tanks and war machines implemented by Putin in the ongoing war have been wiped out using the weapons. Putin has currently lost a staggering amount of military equipment, with more than 3,000 tanks, 5,981 armored combat vehicles, and 1,978 artillery systems destroyed. The General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine said the current Russian death toll has surpassed 10,000, and it has lost possession of previously captured territory in the 10-month war. The incident follows the latest Ukrainian kamikaze drone attack yesterday, December 26th, as it hit Ingles strategic bomber airbase deep inside Russia. Loud blasts were heard at the base, which is used by Vladimir Putin's Tu-95 and Tu-160 nuclear missile-carrying planes. The Ukrainian Foreign Minister, Dmytro Kuleba, said Ukraine will do whatever it can to win the war in 2023. He suggested that a possible peace summit would take place at the United Nations with Secretary-General Antonio Guterres as mediator of the talks. The potential peace summit would take place a year after Russia invaded Ukraine in late February 2022. Late in December, roughly a dozen BMP infantry fighting vehicles streamed down a road advancing on Avdiivka, a suburb 3 miles northeast of the pro-Russian separatist capital of Donetsk in eastern Ukraine. Since Russia's invasions in 2014 to 2015, pro-Russian separatists and the Russian army have repeatedly sought to wrest control of the suburbs around Donetsk city in eastern Ukraine from entrenched Ukrainian forces with only minimal success. Late this December, the Ukrainian-held suburb of Avdiivka was apparently pressed by Russian mechanized forces mounted in BMP infantry fighting vehicles bristling with cannons, anti-tank missiles, machine guns, and onboard infantry. But over the course of a week, attacking Russian columns fell under the watchful eyes of drones and commandos from Ukraine's Omega Group, a shadowy special forces unit of the Ukrainian National Guard. Originally intended for counter-terrorist and bodyguard missions, the Omega Group has extensive combat experience conducting raids, reconnaissance, and ambushes while infiltrated behind enemy lines in the Kharkiv and Donetsk area. The first half of the video showcases conventional weapons, starting with an artillery strike that destroying at least one BMP outright. The commandos also contributed direct fire, starting with footage from the video feed of a Ukrainian-built laser-directed Stugna-P anti-tank missile, then a view of a US-supplied Javelin launcher positioned at an overlook as it lobs its fire-and-forget missile. This distinctively arcs high into the sky before plummeting down in the thin top armor of its target. But 53 seconds in, something very different appears, point-of-view footage transmitted from a munition itself speeding towards moving BMPs. Two of the 4 rotors of quadcopter drones can be faintly seen whirling on the edges of the screen. One of the drones can be seen smashing into the ribbed front glassy armor of a BMP-2. 2 more smack into the side hull of BMPs racing down the road. In the third strike recording, The conical nose of a rocket-propelled grenade is visibly slung under the camera, its shaped charged warhead easily capable of penetrating a BMP's armor. The fourth clip shows a munition chasing a speeding BMP from behind. The rear hull hatches, loaded with fuel, of the vehicle's troop compartment are open. Two soldiers are perched on top of the BMP's hull, one of whom appears to fire a weapon at the approaching the drones before rolling off the side as the drone closes the distance and its feed evaporates into ominous static. As these videos obviously cut at the moment of impact, we don't know the extent of the damage, though it was likely a mission kill at a minimum given the BMP's thin armor. On Facebook, Ukraine's National Guard claimed the ambushes resulted in destruction of 7 armored vehicles and over half a hundred Russian invaders. The footage itself appears to confirm the destruction of at least 3 BMPs by missiles and artillery, and damage or possible destruction of 4 more by the first-person view drones. Another December recording shows an FPV drone destroying a fuel truck apparently 5 miles east of the west bank of the Dnieper River liberated by Ukraine mid-November. The attack was executed despite degradation of the video feed prior to impact, either due to flying at lower altitude or Russian jamming.
Ты понимаешь, что наша жизнь